Thank you for staying with us, and you'll be glad that you did. We have joining us now Mr. Mark Van Stolk, and he is their business coach. And so I have a ton of questions for him, personal questions about business and how we can become more successful. So welcome to On Cable Tonight.
Hey, it's great to be here, Loretta. Thank you for having me.
So we kind of segue into your segment, talking about that 7 seconds, making that impression. So as a business coach, what do you tell your clients? How do you do that?
The 7 seconds has actually gotten shorter over time. People's attention span has just basically gone to zero. But so I now tell them 5 seconds. You have 5 seconds to get their attention and to get them interested in what you're doing before they zoom off and click on another screen or whatever they do. And so you got to capture them right there and then with something that's important to them.
So, like, what's one thing you can do on your website to capture them? So so when you're on LorettaMcNary.com, shameless plug, I guess, or on CableTonight.com, what do you say? How do you capture?
The first thing you do is you don't talk about yourself.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about you until they know you've got something that they want.
That what's in it for me still exists.
So, I always tell people, everybody listens to the same FM station, WIIFM, what's in it for me. So you've got to find out what it is that really interests the people that you're trying to reach, and you need to give them that. And once you have them on board, their attention span gets a lot longer, but that initial contact is really important.
Right, and I'm sure there's no one thing that fits all businesses. Like, I know there's a floor covering. I got to call her. I saw her on
Christensen.
Yeah,
floors and interiors.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to talk to her. So for me, she doesn't have to tell me I got all these new floorings in. I want to know about how much does it cost. So for each person, it's something different. That what's in it for me.
Yeah, but in her case, for instance, it's probably really important to focus on the fact that people are very confused when they're looking for floors. There's so many choices that having someone like her who really knows all the different choices and what would work for you, that's the important part, really, rather than just knowing that she has lots of floors.
Okay, what about you for a business coach? When we know we need one, but sometimes it's the last thing in our budget if we have a budget, but you guys make all the difference in the world in our bottom line. I've learned that over the years.
Yeah. So the thing to focus on is the fact that most business owners I know out there, they feel stuck in a rut. They're so busy doing the day-to-day stuff that they can't get their business to the next level. They're working crazy hours, and they're probably paying their employees more than they're getting themselves.
Right.
So those are the things that are really interest them, and I help them get that business to the next level and make more money and free up their time so they can actually spend some time with their families.
Okay.
He's nice. He's helped me a lot. I'm in the mortgage business with Evolve Bank and Trust, and with the rates being so low, my motto is rates are low, call Joe. Well, let me tell you, I get going early in the morning and I'm still going late at night. So using some of the principles that Mark has given me has really helped me to have a life.
Okay, so through Talk Shop is also for businesses and for people who want to know more about real estate?
Our business, our motto is that we offer free education and networking to anyone interested in business or real estate. So if you're in business, you've been in business a long time, or maybe you're just now getting into business and you need a little bit of a leg up, then we want you to come to Talk Shop. We've got people there that we want to give to you, we want to help you, and you're welcome to come and help us out too.
Okay. So even if what about someone who says, I've just been thinking about starting a business, I'm going to stay on my corporate job, or it's not a good time, but I have this idea. So what do you say to somebody? Can they come to Talk Shop?
Absolutely.
Even though they haven't gotten to build a business yet?
Well, actually what happens, Talk Shop has gotten very interested lately. We've been focusing on some people that are in career transition groups.
Once a month.
And those are people that have lost their job and looking at new jobs. And I know of 3 people that have successfully transferred into having a business of their own because of the contacts they made at Talk Shop.
Oh my goodness.
we actually have them once a month. We focus on them. They're welcome to come anytime, career transition people. But we concentrate on them that day, and people try to connect them with the right people to where they can get where they want to go. But and we also promote them on some of our social media sites. But like Mark said, a lot of them get excited, just like us. We get excited about what the possibilities are out there for them, and they've gone into their own businesses instead.
Because sometimes when you're in a business, you don't know what's out there because you have your head down just trying to check away at growing your business or becoming more successful, or just trying to keep everything afloat and trying to get unstuck, as Mark said. So what do you say to that? Because I know that's a good reason to network, but some people say, well, I'm taking away from my business.
Well, on one hand, you don't have a business until you have customers. And a lot of people think that just being good at your job is enough.
Yeah.
But marketing is really important, and a lot of people that come from corporate America have this, I call it the field of dreams syndrome. Build it and they will come. Mm-hmm. And people hear horror stories from other people that just tried to go into business and didn't make it. And they come to Talk Shoppe and they realize that it can be done.
Yeah.
And that often, especially with the career transition group people, they've lost their job. They realize that just working for a big company is not necessarily as secure as they thought it was. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now they realize that working for yourself is actually more secure because, well, you're the boss. As long as you do the work, you can make the money.
And Loretta, piggybacking on what Mark's saying, one of the common denominators of the success that we've seen in Talk Shoppe, as Talk Shoppe and with our individual members, is consistency and keeping yourself in front of your marketplace. First of all, knowing who is your marketplace, who are your customers, and Mark has graciously given his time to help us. We have sessions with Mark where he actually sits down for free and just helps us get from point A to point B. Wow. But consistently, you have to circulate to percolate. We encourage people to be not just in our group, but to be positively engaged in at least 3 groups, whether it's a church group, whether it's a networking group, or a business club, because the more you are actively engaged, the more value you bring to the groups that you are in. Mm-hmm.
And the more value they bring to you.
Exactly.
Because again, you have all these other people who virtually are your salespeople or your marketing team that are going out and talking about your business where you didn't have it before.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
In Talk Shoppe, you see very clearly that you gain a lot more in credibility by putting people together who need each other, mm-hmm. rather than boasting about yourself. If you help people get together with the people they need, suddenly they start trusting you.
Yeah.
And you can't do business unless people know, like, and trust you.
Know, like, and trust you. And I hear people say, well, you talk about this giving first, Loretta, but if I'm always going up to people, and this is a real life scenario I'm going to paint for you, it was hilarious, but it was serious to them. If I'm at a networking event, I'm always going, because we tell them, I do a little training too, ask them who they are and what they do. And they were like, well, we're always talking about what that person does. When is it my turn to say what I do? I said, well, in a great conversation, they will ask you after they tell you. So you don't have to I'm Loretta McNary. I do a TV talk show for Comcast.
You need to be at Talk Shoppe.
Yeah, the conversation, you will get your turn. So don't think you just finding out about other people because they lose that part of the conversation when you say give first, find out about the other person. It will come back to you. They will ask you. And if they don't, then, go to the next person, and I promise you they will.
So Loretta, when are you going to make a presentation at Talk Shoppe?
Yeah.
I'm going to be there. I'm so going to start being a part of it. You guys meet every Wednesday?
At DeVry University, 6401 Poplar Avenue in Memphis on the 6th floor. Mm-hmm. And we love our host. We have the education piece in common, and it's just been a really good partnership.
Yeah, because I saw where you have that crash a course or whatever, and they were doing psychology, which I love, and then they were doing marketing, which I totally love, and that was a graduate program. So I was like, did I miss that? Because I wanted to come. Mm-hmm. So, but there'll be others, because there are 2 more classes that I saw on the calendar, and then how do you get this newsletter that Judy did for us?
Judy does that, and this summer, Troy and Lynn are actually in charge of putting together our speakers. I've always done that for the last 10 years, and now Troy and Lynn are doing that. We do vet our speakers, mm-hmm. make sure that they are quality people, and we have a process of going through and doing that. But once we have the speakers 2 months in advance, then Judy puts together the flyer. And we have puzzles on there where we put these in waiting rooms.
Yeah.
And the puzzles, you have to look at the ads, Loretta, in order to
get the
solve
answers.
the puzzle. So is that pretty clever or what?
Yeah, so instead of turning to page 52 in the magazine, your answers are right here on the same page as
They're
the puzzle.
on the ads. You have to look at it.
You just got to look at it.
Yes, yes.
I'm loving this, and I just can't believe I hadn't just been to 100,000 meetings because I love free. I love the cost.
Free is
First
good.
of all, it's free, and then. But you know, some people say you pay what you get, but this is such a quality networking event that if you charge, I would probably still go. Not every Wednesday, but I would still go because of all the valuable information and connections that are priceless for having just attended a meeting, and how you walk beside us, you hold our hands to help us grow our business. Free.
It's free. And a lot of people say, well, Joe, you really ought to charge, because people, if it's free, they don't see value in it. I disagree, because we've had so many people that come in and say, and especially during the downturn we saw in 2008-9, we've had people tell us, you know, I just want to tell you, Joe, I'm too busy now to come to Talk Shop. I went back then. If it had not been for the people at Talk Shop, my business would not be in business today.
Ooh.
That makes chill bumps go up and down.
Me too, just hearing you say that. And I bet you've heard it many times.
Well, I can say I've heard it, I won't say just many, many times. I know it's true for a lot of people. I've heard, 2 or 3 really good stories on that. And it makes you realize that when you get up early in the morning and you go down there, it's not for nothing.
Well, I'm telling you, it's a lot of people are attributing their success to you, because I know one that I can call right now, and that's Wyatt Woods.
Oh, well, we love her.
Yes, she has said that because of what she's gone, and you were doing the Napoleon Hill mastermind group, and she was trying to get me to come, and she said it has really made a huge difference. And she publicly stated this by coming to those meetings on Wednesday. And then the other coup for I Want to Go is an hour. It's from 9 to 10. Yes. I can spare. I can invest. I'd rather say invest. But if I didn't like it, I would be sparing. But I like what you're doing, and it's truly an investment in your success.
Well, you've got to come for an extra 15 minutes or half an hour afterwards, because that's where the real networking takes place.
That's where the real networking comes.
At the end of the session, you have Talk Shop Tag, where everybody picks someone they don't know, and they exchange information. And then for about 20 minutes, people just interact with each other, and that's where the real business gets done.
Yeah. So what about for new people? I heard you get a few seconds to kind of promote your business. So you get a free elevator speech or something when you show up?
That's right. One of the things that we offer the business people who come, including Y. But Y Woods, she's a giver's gain person. I'm trying to get her to promote her business, but she's always promoting charities and things for other people. That's why, that's why.
That's her.
But you have a chance to stand up for like 15 seconds and say who you are, what your business is, what kind of referral you want. Free, absolutely free. You get a chance to do that just for coming.
And it's funny, when people first come there, they just stand up and say, I'm Joe Blow with such and such company, and then sit down again. And they don't quite realize what an elevator speech is, and after a couple of times there, they start actually providing some real information, some useful information. They know what to focus on.
I found that that's an area where people don't have a lot of strength in. Either they over-talk, they talk too long, telling you way too much stuff, or they don't talk long enough, like in that instance. So are you helping them with that? I'm sure you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he does. And you know what? We turn the floor over to various people in Talk Shop, especially at the end. They get to MC the end, so they practice their Toastmaster skills, if you will.
I am a former Toastmaster person. Yeah, I love Toastmasters. I just don't have time to go now, but it is a great place to start for those who are growing a business or want to, speak in public. They have the best training tools around.
They do.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be a public speaker or you just want to, be good at your job or have a career, then, Toastmasters, of course, is great. So I just say you guys are awesome. I mean, you offer so much value at a cost that everybody and anybody can afford. So
free is very affordable.
It's like so awesome. Joe, thank you for stopping by.
Loretta.
You'll have to come back and keep us updated. And Mark, you're awesome. I can see why you're a business coach and one of those that are successful. As always, thank you guys so much for watching on Cable Tonight. I'm your host, Loretta McNary. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
So we just sit here.
Time flies when you talk.
Really does.